Now, the legality question around it, do you find it a bit rich that the Iranians had complained about the strikes when they've been state sponsors of terrorism for so many years?
Well, the Iranians, of course, have played a role with Hezbollah, with Hamas, with the Houthis. They have been a very destructive force in the region. What we want to see is regional peace and security. We want to see a solution to, as John Howard said all those years ago, there is a need to resolve the Palestinian question. We want to see the right of Israelis to live in secure borders in Israel. We also want to see the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people fulfilled, and we want to see peace and security in the region. It has been a source of global instability for a long period of time. So
you defend Israel's also their right to strike Iran recently as well? I know we've got the ceasefire, but you've backed the US. Do you also back the Israeli approach?
We support Israel's right to defend itself. What we say, we haven't been uncritical of Israel, where we believe that the actions have not been consistent. We, for example, continue to call for support for aid to go into Gaza at the same time, of course, as we call for the hostages to be released.
I know you've got a busy afternoon, just a couple of important ones. You've said that keeping Australians safe in the region is your top priority. First of all, let's start in the region, and then I want to ask you about the terror alert here. In the region, what is being done to get people out of the zone? I know the ceasefire has been agreed to, but obviously it remains a precarious situation.
Yeah, in the region, there are 3,000 Australian citizens wish to leave Iran safely, and there are around about 1,000 people, Australian citizens, wish to leave Israel. It has been made more difficult by what has occurred. There was a scheduled flight out of Israel that wasn't able to be fulfilled because of the security situation. What we hope is that a more secure position, a ceasefire, will ensure that people don't feel the need to get to safety. In addition to that, there's been major disruption of commercial airlines because of what has happened in Qatar, but also disruption to international aviation, including not just the Middle Eastern hubs, but also Qantas has been impacted by this as well. So we say to people, log on to Smart Traveller, onto the Australian site to make sure safety, of course, is the number one priority. So airlines, quite rightly, are taking a precautionary approach.
And the national terror threat level, is that under review? Well, given we hear this talk about sleeper cells in the US, is this something you're briefed on?
It is constantly monitored, but there's been no change in the national security alert. We continue to have our national security agencies to monitor the situation.
And is it something where you reconsider as well, just finally, the 3.5% that NATO's talking about defence spending? Do we have to rethink our approach on defence, given how volatile the world is?
Our approach, Kieran, is very clear, which is we will ensure that Australia has the capability that we need. What we won't do
is... If it's 3.5, then you get to 3.5.
What we won't do is do something that the Coalition gave an example of the alternative approach during the campaign, announcing in excess of $20 billion additional spending, couldn't say where the money was coming from or what it was for. What we've done is provide for additional investment, some $57 billion of additional investment over the medium term, with in addition to $10 billion of additional investment over the forward estimates. In addition to that, of course, we're continuing to invest in our relationships. So investing in our capability, investing in our relationships, prioritising our national security.
Thanks for your time, Prime Minister.
Thanks very much, Kieran.